Hello and welcome to Building Shit with Charlie. Today's video is going to be a bit longer than normally the normal videos that I do because I'm going to do an unboxing video. Now, I've never done one of them before. I've seen them online but I've never actually done one. And given what I've bought, I think it deserves an unboxing, and you'll probably see why when I show you it. Now, lately, if you've been following my videos, you know that I prefer hand tools. Yeah, I prefer using hand tools. Yeah, but lately I've been buying power tools. Yeah, like my Bosch stuff and the DeWalt stuff that I bought. But I've encountered a problem downstairs. Obviously, in the last 50 years, I've sustained a lot of damage to my body, but I'm starting to get arthritis in my fingers. And that's problematic for when I saw things. Yeah, it's starting to hurt after about 5 or 6 cuts. So what I've done is I went away and bought a mitre saw. Now you're probably expecting to see a Bosch or a DeWalt mitre saw, but I was actually really disappointed when I looked online because I like to do my homework. That and the fact I'm Scottish and I don't like spending a lot of money. Yeah, but I was actually quite disappointed because the Bosch saws that they had were really overpriced. I mean, for what you're getting, they were so overpriced it wasn't funny. Yeah, the DeWalt, I was impressed with the DeWalt. Yeah, but I started looking around. Yeah, I looked at Makita. Yeah, I looked at the Milwaukee's and things like that. But I actually came across this saw that had everything all the other ones had, and it had a really good write-up. And yeah, to me, that's what I needed. Yeah, and it was within the price range that I was willing to pay for a saw. Yeah, so I actually went with the JCB, which I've never had a JCB tool before. So I'm going to do the unboxing, but I'll split this video into parts because I'm going to have to move it around. Yeah, so I'll see you in the next part. And here we are. One JCB Mitre Saw. Just try and get the camera in position there. There you go. Now this is the JCB 21-MS-210SB-E /JCB-MS-210SB-E, and I'm exhausted after just saying that. Yeah, so I'm going to get it from here up onto the table. Yeah, just move this part out of the way. If you can see that, it's got all the parts you need in there. Now the reason I was going to do the unboxing is because this manual that you get with it, now it's in different languages, so don't panic. But the diagrams of the product, I don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, not so great. Not so great at all. Yeah. So I figured I'd do an unboxing and then show you how it all goes together. So there it's all there. Other way. There we go. And then I'll get it out. I'll put this over here. And there it is. And it is a hoot of a machine. It is big. Yeah, absolutely big. Yeah, so I'll just get it out of the box and I'll stick it on the table and we'll see if I can assemble it, because I did try and read the instructions and yeah, it was interesting. So I'll see you in a minute.
A few moments later.
Okay, welcome back. And there we have it. That is a big saw. So it's bloody hell. Didn't look that big on Amazon. So now I managed to get it out of the box onto the table. Now if you've got a bad back like I do, that does weigh quite a bit, and it's worrying me a wee bit because I never keep my power tools down in my work shed. You know, I actually bring them back upstairs, and that weighs quite a bit. So I'll let you know in a future video how I get on with that. That's for sure. So I'll give you a wee close up. You've got a guide there. Yeah, and that's when they tilt the saw to 45-degree angles. You've got another guide there. And you've got this convenient little thing here that tells you if you're spot on or not. Your handle is, there's your handle. Your on-off switches. I'll just give you a wee walk around. Excuse the mess of my living room right now because I'm actually in the middle of decorating and everything's in here. There you go. Aye. It's a fair size. So I'll just give you a quick update on the things it can do, and I apologise for my camera photography. I'm not Steven Spielberg. Yeah, I'm not planning to win any Oscars, and my hands do shake, so I apologise for that. But there you go. It's pretty, eh? Okay, so I'm going to start getting the parts out, the other part, the box, and I'll show you how to assemble, because as I say, these instructions, yeah, not so great. Yeah, and it's quite complicated, so like some of them are really small diagrams. Now, it could be just my eyes, because I am due to get my eyes tested again, but I seriously doubt that. I mean, honestly, yeah, what the hell are you supposed to make of that thing? So, I'll actually go through a walkthrough on how to assemble it, because I think I've worked everything out by myself, so, because I didn't read that damn thing. So, I'll see you in a minute. Hello, and welcome back. Right, let's get this thing assembled. So, first thing I'm going to do is you get this doodah. Looks like a big arse screwdriver. But, in fact, that's how you change the angle. It goes in here. Okay, so we'll just clap that in there. And then it just screws in. Like that. Now, what this does is you'll see a wee lever. I don't know if you can see the camera there. There's a lever underneath it. So what you do is you just loosen that off a bit, and that allows you to change your angle of the saw. And that's it back straight right there. And then you can tighten it up again, and that locks it in position. Simple as that. Next part, you get these, and that is to hold your wood, any larger pieces of wood that you're cutting. But you also get these, which is your guides, okay, to hold the wood in position, and quite handy because you can actually add an additional clamp onto that thing. So, first off, you got holes there, quite simple. There you go. And as you can see, there's a butterfly nut here that you can lock it into position with. So I'll just keep that at the end here. Okay. Now these lock in to these holes here, like so. And there's a screw, right? Not that screw. Oh, there's a screw right here that you can tighten up. Oh, it actually comes with its own tool. I'll just show you that actually. I'll just move the camera. I'll show you that because that's quite funky. Down here on the leg, there is a tool. Now, I didn't actually notice this because I didn't read the manual really. It's built into the leg. How cool is that? So you've got your Allen key and you've got your Phillips head screwdriver right there. So, I'll just put the camera back. Right, so that screw there, yep. And of course you can't see that with the camera. You just still can't see with the camera. So you just screw that one in, and the screw is right here to hold the guide. Okay, and you do the same. I'll just turn it around so you can get a better view. I'll move that. Here we go. So again, just grab your guide, put that on there, like so. Stick it in the holes here, like that, and there is a screw right here. There we go. Voila. Next, now this is something I should point out. You got a clamp here, and I was quite disappointed because I was expecting 2 clamps because there's 2 positions, one here and one over the other side. But you only get 1 clamp, which quite disappointing if I'm honest. However, what you do with these is you just slot it in there, like that, and there's a screw directly behind it here. And you grab your handy tool and just screw that in. Now, it would have been good to have another one this side, because sometimes, as I say, I use quite long pieces of wood, and it would be good to clamp it down here. But I will look to see if you can buy these separately. If not, I'll just use one of my other clamps. It's not an issue, really. Yeah, I'm just being picky. But I did think, now this obviously moves up and down, like so. And you can adjust it to whatever you want. Simple as that. And the last piece is your dust collector. Here we go. Pretty. And it's got a clip, like spring clip. Now, the hole here, you know, that fits over. As you probably noticed, I've got a Draper workshop hoover, and I've checked the size, and the Draper hoover does fit this hole. You know, and you've seen me use it before on like my Bosch bands, big saw, my Bosch sander, my big one. So that just goes on here, and it's quite easy to fit. And here we go, all done. And I think that's it. Yep, that is it. And I'll put my wee handy gizmo tool back in there so I don't lose the damn thing. And yeah, feel free to read this. There's probably a lot of information here, but I'll do that later. Okay, so this is where the camera is going to get awkward. Okay, I'll try and keep moving on my table, but there is a cheaper version of this that comes without the extenders and all that. Now, to move your saw backwards and forwards, all you have to do is undo that bit, and you can adjust your saw to where you exactly need it. Very cool. Now, as I said, there's a cheaper edition that doesn't have this, you know, but it's not much cheaper, to be honest. So you're better just buying it with it. And we covered that. There's one that turns the angles, you know, which I'll show you in a minute. See, there's big going here. Now, to lift the saw blade, this here, just push down on the saw blade slightly, pull that out, and up she comes, like that. Okay. And again, if you want to move in and out, it's also good to point out that watch the safety cover. As soon as you push down, obviously the safety cover comes up, allows you to make your cut, and then it comes back. And again, if you want to change your angle, you've got the big thing here. You just lift the lever, just unscrew it slightly actually. Lift the lever and you can change your angles of your actual saw. As you can see here. Very simple. And it's got a wee guide to tell you when you're bang on. Now it also comes here, you got laser that shines down over your wood. That way you get a straight cut, or line it up, because you should get a straight cut with one of these. And of course, this big one that I was talking about at the back, this one here, if you undo that, that will allow you to change the angle of your cut to a 45-degree angle. And then just lift it back up. And then just lock it back. And that's your... So that's pretty much all the features. Yeah, I'll go into a bit more detail now to show you where everything is. I'll bring the camera a bit closer. Now it's all assembled, okay? Whew, that's a big machine. Alright. There you go. Now it's all assembled. That's what you're looking at. As you see, there's the screws I was talking about to hold these in. And also, you can maneuver that, but it's got this butterfly here. Comes solid. And there's a screw to lock that in. Right there. And there's one on this side that I was talking about, where you can also put it. Now, one thing I did notice is, see this Allen key here, and there's one over there. That's to make sure that this is set straight, and this was really offset. So obviously, if it's offset, when you put your wood up against it and it's not straight, you're going to get a really bad cut. You know, so make sure that this bit is dead straight, and you can use the guides here to actually tell you if it is or not. Alright, but that's kind of important. And the Allen key is just one here and one over there, but make sure that's straight or your cuts are going to be off. There's a closer look at the lever. And that easy to tighten, that locks it. Then unscrew it to unlock it, and that allows you to maneuver your angles there. And of course your 45-degree angle there. That allows you to tip it. And that allows you to change the angle. Now that screw there allows you to move it in and out, like so. And then you just simply screw that down and it locks it in position, so it's solid. That is the screw you need to just push that down, and if you push that in, like so, it locks the saw. And then again, I just pull it out, like so, and that allows you to lift it up. Very simple. You've got your on-off switch here, and then that is your on-off, because it's got a safety feature, so you can't actually touch it, make it go without pulling that in. Okay. And interestingly enough, when I watched a video on this on the Amazon page, the guy was using it in the wet. Now, I'm not sure how waterproof this is, because power tools in the wet, not too sure how that's going to work out. But there was a nice lumberjack there working away with this thing in the wet. So maybe it'll tell me it's waterproof in the manual. Not got that far yet. Now, as I said, this is a 25 tooth blade. I've got a 100 tooth blade for it. And I don't know how easy it is to change the blade. Again, I'll probably have to look at the manual and see how easy it's going to be. Now, I don't think it'll be terribly difficult. Yeah, because as far as I'm concerned, it should only be a locking nut up in there. If you take that off, you should be able to get to the blade there. But I'll let you know about that maybe in another video. I'll just get the blade that I got.
And this is the blade I actually bought for it. Now, this was actually cheaper than I thought it'd be. It's actually only £15 on Amazon, which I was quite surprised at. I expected it to be more. And this is a 210mm blade. And you get these spacers because you can, a lot of different saws use different sizes, so these spacers compensate for that. And there she is, as you can see, 100 teeth, so for more of a fine cutting. And it's 6,300 RPM max, which is fine for this machine. And there you have it. Now, I'll show you it plugged in a minute, and I'll give it a wee test whirl for you. Okay, I've plugged it in. Switch on here. As you can see, the laser is engaged, and just give it a wee whirl. Well, that pissed the neighbours off. So there we are. My first unboxing. Now, thankfully, it wasn't, as you saw, it wasn't too complicated to put together. It was pretty self-explanatory. You know, so as easy as goes to build, not a problem. Not a problem at all. But I'm quite curious in how the blade goes on, so I'll get back to you in another video about that. So I hope this has been helpful, because the manual that came with it certainly wasn't. I've not actually looked to see if there's one to download with better pictures in it. You know, but we'll wait and see. And there you are. So I'll see you in the next video. Okay, and welcome back. As you can see, I've actually worked out how to put the blade on. The 100 tooth blade is on. And all you have to do is undo this, undo that, and that slides down, and you'll be able to access the Allen key bolt, which is in there. And you take the spacer out, which is up under there, and just put your new blade on and connect it up. Now remember, it's opposite because it's a saw, so to tighten it you've got to go anti-clockwise. Yeah, difficulty I found was locking it in position, but if you see there, all I did was push a screwdriver through and I butt it up against there, and then I managed to disconnect it quite easily. Yeah, and it was very, very simple to do, not a problem. So just unscrew that, unscrew that. This slides down, allows you access to the Allen bolt there, get your Allen key. Remember and go the other way that you're used to. And the blade comes off, and there's the blade there. Pop your new one on, put the spacer back on, the locking nut back on, and it's done. Now, I didn't tighten it quite hard enough last time, so there was a bit of vibration. So I took it apart again, and it is kind of tight to get that on. And if you don't do it right, it moves about. So make sure it's right butted up tight, yeah, when it's on. And that's it. So the 100 tooth saw blade is ready to go. Also, I noticed something in the manual actually once I finally had a wee look at it. There is a couple of screws here. Now, anybody who's used to pedal cycles, personally I'm used to motorcycles, but pedal cycles, on your gear derailleur, you've got a series of screws here. And what that's for is to, as you can see, it comes down and hits off that. Now, you can actually move this out, like so, and it'll go down even further if you wish it to. But that is to set the depth of your saw. You know, so you can go right down through, or you can adjust it so you can only go a wee bit through. or whatever depth you actually need. So I forgot to actually mention that. I didn't actually see that. So just shows you, reading the instruction manual, sometimes essential. Now I was going to go into the performance of it, but obviously I can't because I've not actually used it yet. But build quality, really good. Because I've seen a lot of the cheaper versions online, and all this is plastic. Yeah, I've even seen this plastic, and I don't like that. I like solid. Yeah, so the feet, solid, total metal. This, all metal. Everyone's metal, apart from obviously this, your handle, stuff like that. But the rest is really, really solid. And I would say the build quality is pretty damn good. But I've nothing to compare it to. But personally, I think it's a really, really solid machine. I really do. For the money's worth, yeah, I think you got a lot of machine for the money's worth. Because as I said, the Bosch, really overpriced. And this actually had more features. The DeWalt, not too sure about. I might end up buying a DeWalt one day, but hey. Obviously, it's got the holes in the feet, so you can actually secure it to your workbench. Now, interestingly enough, I will buy it, but there's a trellis system for this, a JCB one, and I would like to get it. Now, it is kind of pricey. It's about 70 quid. Yeah, so, but I will get it, and that way I can have this freestanding on the trellis out back instead of taking up my workbench. So I will include links for all of this, including where I got saw blade and all that sort of thing later on. Obviously the price as well. But I have to say, for the price of it, you're getting an awful lot of machine there. And there is a cheaper version, which I'll also include in the later on. But that's the saw blade done. But I was actually quite surprised how easy this was. It's just 2 bolts and then the big locking nut that holds the blade on. And I didn't need the spacers at all. That it came with. I didn't need them. So I'm actually really impressed. I'm really, really impressed with this. Because when it comes to hand tools, I love Draper. When it comes to power tools, I like DeWalt and Bosch. I didn't even know JCB actually did hand tools. If I'm honest, I really didn't. But from what I see here, really impressed. So hopefully I've got some work to do downstairs. I'm building storage boxes for my bedroom to take the place of these crap things. So hopefully you'll see a video update of how it actually performs. And that all depends on the Scottish weather, so bear with me on that. So hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll leave all the details after the video ends.